Okay, who suckered me into this? Who made me buy this? Which one of you? Today we're playing, and I don't know if there's no sound or if it's just me. We're playing CBT with YUUKA KAZAMI. We all love some good CBT. Is there no sound? Looks like I'll have to really get into it. Plus DLC, by the way, that's what it says. Look at that, lovely. Lovely, like, old school Touhou style. It's not... There is no sound. It's my... Let me check if my system is broken. How can I check? I'm gonna open a video real quick. Don't go into your pawn folder, Lambda. Open... might as well open Yep Psycho. I'm just gonna go out later. Revisit this. Okay. Oh, so my system is working. Might be the game that is just mute. Lambda, what is this? Someone asked for this some time ago? Someone linked me like one of the games in this compilation, and I bought the entire thing. I bought like all of them because it was like $5, and there were like 10 games which are somewhat related to Touhou, I guess, like fan games. Today we're playing CBT with YUUKA KAZAMI, but we're gonna do the DLC, getting help with Patchouli knowledge as well afterwards. It might be cognitive behavioral therapy. It might be cock and balls torture. I think it's the former. The real good one is Sakuya Izaiyo. He gives you advice and dabs. If we have enough time, we're gonna take a look at that later as well, because this is only half an hour long, apparently. You walk along your way to the forest and search for the field of sunflowers. Is there no sound in this? Can someone double check? Because I'm not gonna record a video of just me talking to silence. After some time, you come across the sunflower garden. You meet the person you're looking for. Hey, that's as far as you go. I really don't want you stepping on these sunflowers. If there is no sound, can someone like give me like a Touhou playlist, please? Like good tracks? ASAP. You'll hurt the poor tortured souls that live inside them. Ha! Just kidding. Yeah, well, you could play some music in the background for yourself, or you could, like, again, give me a playlist. Mostly. Oh, here we go. There is sound. There is sound. All the plans are cancelled. There is sound. I don't know why they introduced it this late into this game. Send the link as a Let's Talk, Blue. We're gonna listen to it later during the Let's Talk. I'm YUUKA KAZAMI. You must be here for the CBT sessions. Yes, please. Unzips pants. I mostly just keep to myself and enjoy the company of flowers all year round. But I figured it can't hurt to learn more about humans and how their minds work. We'd love CBT. So I picked up a psychology book that the half-yokai shop owner had lying around in his store. It was there I learned about... Oh, cognitive behavioral therapy. It seemed pretty useful, and I couldn't help but want to share it with a few humans. What is cognitive behavioral therapy, though? What is that? Are we about to learn it? So, and here we are. So glad you could make it, Ufa. Really glad you could make it. Ufa. I can't help it. Like every time someone just says glad you could make it, like Warcraft pops into my mind. It's conditioned. Real glad. Maybe I need CBT to get rid of it. Anyway, it's so nice of you to join me. Is she doing it with me right now? Like repeating how glad she is that I'm here? Like, is that CBT already? The human mind, it's deep and complex. It's amazing. But at the same time, it's quite irrational, downright absurd at some points. Our brain is ultimately trying to protect itself, but sometimes it overreacts to things that aren't really viable threats to our safety and well-being. Really? These irrational thoughts can cause a slew of problems to our mental health. That's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes in. Essentially, CBT is using logic-based strategies to help alleviate symptoms of poor mental health. Oh, I think we all need this today. Our problems come from irrationality, so it's only natural that grounding ourselves in logic and reason can help us live better. Also grounding in nature, like just going out barefoot. We can't change how we feel, but we can certainly change how we react. By changing how we react, we can eventually change how we feel. Oh, so it's all just manipulation psychology, is that it? Like, it's like deluding yourself. Is that what CBT is? It becomes a full circle, just like nature itself. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Kind of beautiful when you think about it that way. With CBT, you can take some steps to finally reclaim your true self. That's not my true self. What if my true self is anxious and crazy and paranoid and hates myself? and I want to live like that. With that said, this is different from simply giving you advice. These are actual activities that you have to try multiple times to see results. But you wouldn't have come all this way to not put at least some effort in, right? I don't know, man. I mean, like, I'm playing this because I had no content for today. And I was so close to, like, calling off the stream to do something, just anything else, because I'm, like, still not feeling very well. But then I thought, it's Valentine's Day. There's about to be a few people out there that have nothing else to do than to watch me. Oh, not to dunk on anyone, okay? I don't have anything better to do than to stream for a few strangers. It would be very nice to waste your time here. Or my time. Ooh, it's a little bit too close. Wouldn't be nice. At all. With that said, let's begin the first lesson. This one is about negative or inaccurate thinking. In life, sometimes things do not go our way. Sometimes. Naturally, this is perfectly normal and bound to happen eventually. However, sometimes we think of the worst possible things as a result of when the unexpected occurs. I think, like, I always think of the worst possible results at all times. So I'm never, well, I'm still sometimes surprised when it comes true, but at the same time, I'm never really unprepared for it. And I'm always positively surprised when it doesn't come true. So I'm a massive negative Nancy, that's what I'm trying to say. As a result, we may develop certain lines of thinking that are not in line with reality. To combat this, we simply just need to challenge these overblown thoughts with reality. For example, let's say you said hi to a friend you saw across a hall or a street. But oh no, they seemingly completely ignored you. Joke's on you, I have no friends, and if I did, I wouldn't greet them. Now tell me, what is the reason for this? What usually comes to your mind when something like this happens? This literally never happened to me before. I'm afraid that I made a joke about not having any friends earlier, but it's the truth. My friend hates me. My friend was mad at me over something I did. I must be dumb, stupid, and ugly. How about he didn't see me? Is that not an option? Maybe they're mad at something? Maybe they're not my friends. This is the closest to... Maybe he's not even my friend, so, like, my friend hates me? It's only natural to think that way at first. I mean, just look at yourself. Well, as you have just demonstrated, it's easy to jump to a conclusion and think it must be our fault when something like this happens. Could it be that no matter what I've chosen, like, she would have given me the same answer every time? Is this illusion of choice? Is this a fucking telltale game? However, this is mostly an emotional side talking to us this way. We have not yet challenged it with facts and logic, which don't care about my feelings, but they care about money to foreign countries. Now I will demonstrate some more logical grounds as to why your friend might have ignored you. They could have been busy with something that took up all of their attention. They thought it was a stranger calling someone else. They could have been dealing with something serious and your voice was drowned out. They simply didn't hear you. See, isn't that better? Don't you find it's much more likely that they just didn't hear you than with an A, please, them hating you? Oh my god. I'm a grammar asshole. Then them hating you over something you're not even sure would have made them upset. Next time you think of such negative thoughts, try to counter it with logic. This is not logic. This is just countering it with needless positivity. Instead of thinking they walked past me because they hate me, try something much more logical, such as, I'm a Canadian now, they were probably busy with something and simply didn't hear me, Of course, it doesn't apply to just friends, it can apply to anything. Oh, that girl I hit on that didn't even look at me funny, well, she must be a lesbian then. Right? That's the only logical explanation. Maybe she's blind and mute and deaf and she doesn't even exist. That's the only possible explanation why she wouldn't reciprocate my advantages. For instance, I myself don't particularly have any close friends, but I still worry about some things. When I go flower gazing, a thought will pop in my head. I'll think, oh no, what if someone interrupts my gazing and ruins the flowers I enjoy watching so much? But then I go, oh, don't worry. The moment he so much as creases these flowers, I'll slowly turn him inside out with my pinky finger and make his family watch. And I just feel so much better afterwards. Is this where the CBT comes in? Oh, but such a thing doesn't really relate to you, here's one. Let's say you don't want to go to the doctor, but you're scared of... You do want to go to the doctor, but you're scared of needles and don't want to get seriously injured. What? Wait. I have two options if I want to go to the doctor. I either want the needles or I need to get seriously injured to have an excuse to go to the doctor. Do I get this right? Once again, just challenge it with logic. Counter it with something like, she's a trained she? A woman doctor? What? Since when do they have those? Oh, Lambda. Sometimes I love myself. She's a trained professional who has done this countless times. The chances of anything going seriously wrong are extremely low. After all, what she's administering to me is both safe and effective. Now, I hope you get the general idea. Overall, if you get any negative thoughts that are causing you unease, be sure to try and challenge them with logic-based thoughts. Oh, I wouldn't try to have grand arguments with yourself in your head, just simply address the thoughts. And remember, you don't have to entirely believe what you counter it with. The important thing is to just respond in an appropriate manner. Well, that concludes our first lesson. Now on to the next lesson. Is she finally gonna take off her boots, or? This one is about thought journals. Let me drink something. Oh yeah, you're right. It could have been a nurse. I don't trust nurses. I don't trust nurses. They dance and they do TikToks and they fall over and like, no, I don't trust them anymore. Thought journals are the use of writing down your negative feelings and identifying patterns of harmful and often illogical thinking, then challenging those lines of thinking with more helpful, balanced and logical thoughts. First, you write out what exactly is causing you distress and why. Be as specific as you can, write down what you're feeling, you can even note the intensity of how you feel. Then, when you have written it out, identify the portions of irrational thinking present in what you have written. Finally, after you have identified the irrational portions, change them with more healthy, balanced thoughts that are based on logic. This is too complicated. She expects me to write? This is helpful not only because you're challenging your beliefs again, but also because writing down your thoughts allows you to give them a whole new perspective that can help you cope better. I'm not gonna challenge my beliefs. What I believe is right. Now, the tricky part is identifying what exactly you wrote down that's irrational. I think it's best if I just give you an example of what a proper thought journal entry looks like. Oh yeah, please. Take a look at this. I tailor-made it for a common situation humans face. What's bothering me? I think my friends actually don't like me and I don't want to hang out with me because I'm a depressing person who brings them down. How this makes me feel. Sad, depressed, lonely, hopeless. How bad it hurts. 7 out of 10. That's pretty bad. Irrational lines of thinking present in this thought. Mind reading. I am assuming that what my friends are thinking about me even though I cannot read their minds. That's another assumption. Maybe I can. There's no way to know what they're thinking without them actually telling me. Just look at their faces. Well, if you have autism, that's kind of hard. Negative assumptions. I am only thinking that my friends don't like me. However, I did not take into account the nice things they've done for me that prove that they do in fact like me. My friends have never done anything nice for me. Emotional reasoning. I'm only going off of this based on feeling alone, and not logic. There's no evidence to suggest that my friends secretly despise me. What is a more balanced, reasonable thought? My friends wouldn't actually be my friends if they didn't like me. I can always ask them if there's anything I do that puts them in a worse mood, or they can just tell me themselves, and we can work from there. Who the fuck does this? I do that actually. Really, Aurora? Mostly just writing down my feelings so I can cringe at them afterwards. Is that healthy? Do you feel better? And with that, you should have an understanding of what a thought journal is and how to use it. It involves more effort, but can be more helpful. That's generally what you have to put in when it comes to more extensive therapy. On to the final lesson. This one is called belief experimentation. This one is a step further from what you've learned so far. This is one of the most powerful cock and balls torture strategies you can learn. As the name implies, a belief experiment is when you act out on something that you think may cause you distress, and then noting what actually happened when you acted it out. Oh. So it's like, if I stick this needle in my dick, it's gonna hurt, but then I do it and it actually feels amazing? Since the negative feelings are not based on reality, acting them out and noting what happens is one of the best ways you can ease troubles. This is because more often than not, what actually transpired doesn't match with what we thought would happen in our minds. Oh, don't do this with girls. Boys, don't do this with girls. Don't think, oh, what's the worst that could happen if I talk to this woman? No. You're gonna be more depressed and distraught later on, believe me. Just don't bother with them. Now to get started, first start by writing down the experiment you're going to do that's based on your troubles. Then write down what you think is going to happen. Next, perform the experiment, whenever that may be. Then you write down what actually ended up happening and what you have learned from it. Is this for people with autism, like actual, like full-blown autism or something? Like 100 on the scale? Who does this shit? Sorry, Aurora. I know you're like having like a a fourth journal, but I mean all of this together, right? Is there anyone that goes out there and does all of this? Was it as bad as you thought it was? Was it a positive or negative outcome? Would you be doing this again in the future? Did it ease your troubles? Just like the fourth journal, reflection is key. I know, I'll perform a belief experiment myself. I already finished some of it anyway. Here goes. Experiment. I shall give CBT lessons to a human. Prediction. The human will end up wasting my time because I believe humans to be weak and disappointing. Outcome. Well, I guess now is as good as any other time to show you my new spell card. Now then, where were we? Alright, we were just seeing if you were really wasting my time or not. This is not a spell. Let me quiz you on some of the things we learned today. Oh shit. Boys, girls, I need help. If you get it right, it means you have indeed been listening and therefore have not been wasting my time, thus proving that humans aren't so bad after all. Get it wrong and well, you'll be just confirming what I knew, but that's okay, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Now on to the first question. Let's start with something basic. What does CBT stand for? I love you, Yuuka. Can we save? I'm afraid of doing this wrong. Which one was it? Okay, I'll let that slide. Next question. What is a cognitive thought journal? When you write about how much I love you, Yuuka. When you write about events that's bothering you. When you write about how you're going to make Yuuka happy. Write about how cute. How much I love you. Well, let's see if you can answer the next question. What is belief experiment? When you act out what's bothering you. When you experiment with kissing. Ooh, that's kind of lewd. Ha ha ha. Come on, I was never going to hurt you. Just like to have fun and toy around with humans. They're so unique. Sometimes I just mess around with them. Other times they turn into fertilizer for the sunflowers. Mostly kidding with that one. Anyways, let's take the thought experiment from the top now, shall we? Experiment. I shall give CBT lessons to a human. Prediction. The human will end up wasting my time because I believe humans to be weak and disappointing. Outcome. Prediction did not come true. The human listened to me attentively. Answered every question correctly. Yeah. Exceeded my expectations and thoroughly entertained me. I want to kiss her too. Reflection. Humans can be a wonderful source of entertainment. I shall hang out with them more. Particularly this human right here. Oh, I guess this goes without saying, but when you feel scared or frightened, always remember happy times in your life. Good memories can save your life, as they say. Well, that concludes the lessons. Try out whichever method works best for you whenever you need to use it. Make use of what I taught you today. I mean it. That's it. I had a really good time today. Thank you. You're free to come back anytime you want if you need a refresher. I do hope to see you soon. I better see you soon. Well, take care. Did I just install like a minor on my system or something? Replay game. If we replay the game, can we play the DLC? Yes. Okay, coming up. The DLC, I assume. Getting help with Patchouli knowledge. After making your way into Dimension, you wander aimlessly around the library, looking for the person who might be able to help you. Oh no, Angela! After a while, you find the person you're looking for and greet her. It's Patchouli. Do you think I can get away with, like, if I had, like, a second daughter to, like, name her Patchouli? Do you think, like, that would reveal my power level? Not sure Secretary would like it. Oh, I didn't see you there. Like, a patchouli is a flower, isn't it? Like, Babby has the name of a flower for, like, her second name, so... I might be able to just sucker her into it or something. I'd imagine you didn't have too much trouble getting here, given how rather easy it is to get past our mansion gates. Normally, I'd fry intruders to a crisp, but I don't sense one shred of danger from your aura. And that look on your face, you seem like you need some help. I'm Patchouli Knowledge. What brings you here? Oh, you're the... Well, perfect timing. I've actually been looking for you. Thanks for showing up. I have a story to tell you. The story is 100% true. None of it has been made up. Let me be the judge of that. Just for you, I'm going to use the full extent of what I've learned during my reading. It dates back a long time ago, so get comfortable. This may take a while. Alright, take a while. Like, wait, what? Sit a while and listen? No, what is the quote? Ahem. Long ago, before even Remilia and I were born, the people told rumors of a sacred object that would give you the entire world. If you had the sacred artifact, you would have power beyond your wildest dreams. As long as you had it, you would have the heart of a lion, the strength of 100 men, the cunning of a snake, and the speed of a leopard, I guess. However, it became apparent that only those with a pure noble heart could use it. What a waste. For that reason, the sacred artifact is the reason behind the rise and fall of many civilizations throughout history. It originated when the artifact stood on top of a rock on the hill somewhere in ancient Britannia. So no. But no man or woman was able to take it off the stone until one day a young boy named Charles. Is that a Library of Ruina reference? Oh. No, wait, it wasn't Charles. It was... Alright. It was none other than Caesar. And when Caesar took the fumu out of the stone, he was in complete awe over his newfound strength. He personally treaded 200,000 miles back to Rome. He then built up the entire Roman Empire from the ground up with his bare hands. Look at this. Oh, isn't that fucking... Can you somehow hide, like the text box? Does this look amazing? Man, I do live. We still had like old architecture, to be honest. Like with modern hygienic standards and like plumbing and shit. But just look at this. No high-rise buildings or something. Like nothing to stain the sky, really. And even then, like, that's like a 4-story building, right? So that is pretty high, all things considered. And then, like, the towers occasionally. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The sacred artifact laid on top of it is a true testament to its power. But alas, he went mad with power and abused his position. He became more cruel than he was most merciful. Everyone revolted against the cruel emperor. And at the last moment, when he needed it, the sacred artifact vanished before his very eyes. I love that. That was beautiful. Caesar was killed by his own people. Overnight, every single Roman city collapsed and crumbled. I do keep thinking about that every day, yes. And that's how the Roman Empire fell. Anyways, that's enough history for now. What I meant to show you is... Surprise! Happy birthday! We heard the news and decided we should all come. How old are you now? 18, 19, 21, 25? Gonna be... No, wait... Can I tell you that I'm gonna be 33 this year. Oh my god, this would have been weird if I had played this on my actual birthday. But my actual birthday this year is on a day when the Limbus video comes out. It doesn't matter. You still look cute enough to be chopped up into 30 tiny pieces and eaten. Oh yes, please, I would like that very much. Indeed, maybe I can cook you up and feed the mistresses while we're at it. Would make a rather nice snack. 33. 33, not 20. Oh man, I wish I was 23 again. Oh, all the time I would have with 23. Oh, just kidding. Oh, we were done. I was getting excited for a second. Anyways, Patchouli, I believe you have something for a special guest? That's right. Would be much of a birthday without a present. Of course, it's about that legendary artifact I was talking about earlier. It was found on the borders of Gensokyo, and we managed to procure it through slightly questionable means. Here you go, King. Oh. With this, as long as you have a noble heart, there's nothing you won't be able to do. It's yours now. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. We're all kings and queens here. Tell them it's not your birthday. That would be rude. That would be really rude. I'm kind of afraid of them, and that would be rude. But it's not my birthday. You tell them you appreciate the kind gestures, but they're mistaken. You don't immediately change this, and you assure them that it is in fact your birthday. You then proceed to take the artifact. That is... These little details of just a sprite changing slightly. Man, I wish more visual novels did that, to be honest. As soon as you touch it, it disappears and you can feel its essence seep deep inside of you. Oh, that's a euphemism. Did they just inseminate me? Well, look at that. The human became one with it. Never seen anything like it. One more thing, human. It's a request from all of us. That's right, we do care about you and your well-being. Indeed, that's why we want you to promise us that you'll never stop getting better. And if you ever feel down again, please don't hesitate to see me again. Or me, I promise I won't hurt you for the most part. Well, time to celebrate. I'll bring the cake. I'll get Kurakuma to fetch the drinks. Then I'll stay here with the human in the meantime. Don't get too excited now, Yuuka. Can't promise you that. Hopefully Yuuka will behave herself while the others are gone. Hopefully. It was beautiful. That was beautiful. It only took me 25 minutes, and that is including sound troubleshooting. Amazing, really. Really nice. I wish the main menu had music though. So I'm gonna do like a recording cut here. I'm gonna move on to another game in a second. That was CBT with YUUKA KAZAMI plus DLC. YouTube. Bye YouTube.